in the addition table shown above, what is the value of m plus n? So they give us a table here that they call an addition table, as if that's a thing and we're supposed to be familiar with it. Fortunately, the name describes exactly what it is. So if this table throws you off a bit because you don't recognize it as something familiar on the Gmat, it's not that complicated. Just each cell here in the table is the sum of its corresponding headings. So we can say, for example, x plus e is equal to 7. And so if we're looking for m plus n here, oftentimes with these one-off type problems, and by that I mean problems that don't fit into a particular category or a recognizable category of Gmat problems, although I've probably seen 2 or 3 of these on practice tests before. But usually with these types of problems, one thing to keep in mind is they're not looking for a single optimal way of solving these. There's usually multiple ways, and you just have to find one as opposed to the singular best way of approaching it. And so here, if we're looking for m plus n, well, m is equal to z plus 4. Then n is equal to y plus e. So we can think of m plus n as being z plus 4 plus y plus e. And I don't know if that's better than what we started with, but it gives us more options. And so from looking at this, one thing to also keep in mind is that as long as you can come up with equations that only involve one variable, you should be able to solve for that variable. So I can start by saying, well, I know x plus 4 is equal to 1, which means x must be equal to negative 3. And from that, I can say negative 3 plus e is equal to 7. And now I can solve for e, so e should be 10. And I can plug that directly into my equation, as well as the table. So now it looks like I can get f here, but I don't know if I necessarily want to do that because it doesn't help me directly in any way, and it doesn't really help me get to anything that would help me. And so I might go and say, okay, I'll solve for y here. So y plus 4 should be equal to negative 5. Means y is equal to negative 9. And that I can also plug in to my equation. And now I just need z. And so how can I get that? It looks like here in my second row, z plus 10 is equal to 10, which means z is equal to 0. The one unfortunate thing about this problem is, since you have several equations, if you make any sort of math mistake here, it will throw the whole thing off. And so if you end up getting an answer that doesn't appear in your answer choices, you're probably best moving on as opposed to spending 2 minutes going back and finding where you made your mistake. But that's okay if that happens. Like I said, this is a one-off type problem, and so it is not a bad candidate if you got to skip one. But I think we are good here. So now it looks like we can solve for m plus n because our right side is all filled out. So 0 plus 4 is 4, minus a 9 is negative 5, plus 10 is all equal to positive 5. It's like C is our answer.